All right, welcome back, guys. We've got some big Nintendo Switch news. Major milestones being hit across Nintendo's marquee Nintendo Switch titles, in addition to the Nintendo Switch system itself. So let's go ahead and get right into this, starting off with Nintendo officially announcing the sales of the Nintendo Switch have surpassed 15 million units in North America since it launched in March 2017. Now, the figure includes sales of the Nintendo Switch Lite, which launched on September 20th, which added in a nice little boost that Nintendo needs heading into the holiday season. Now, the Nintendo Switch sales through September have been up by more than 20% year to date in North America. That's definitely good. That's better than 10% or 15. It's 20%. The Nintendo Switch has also been the best-selling console in the US for 10 straight months. That is dating back to last year. Pretty impressive as well. Quote, "As we enter our third holiday season, Nintendo Switch is creating smiles and enjoying broad appeal, with more than 15 million consumers across North America playing their favorite games whenever and wherever they like," said Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser. And this holiday, we are bringing Nintendo Switch owners even more fresh and unique entertainment experiences like Ring Fit Adventure, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, adding to the system's large and diverse library of games. Now, here is another kicker which I want to talk about and kind of break down what this means going forward, especially for the holiday season and then for next year when the other systems launch with the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox. Now, this is an interesting quote here, or an interesting bullet point of information. 14 games on the Nintendo Switch have sold more than 1 million units in North America, with 4 selling more than 6 million units. That is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That is just absolutely crazy. 14 games on the Nintendo Switch having sold more than 1 million units in just North America. So that isn't including like South America and putting things in there. That isn't including Japan and what's going on in Europe, but just North America with 14 games. 4 of them selling more than 6 million units in North America. Crazy stuff there. Obviously, seeing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, seeing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, those are the mega games for Nintendo. Those are the big franchises, with those selling more than 6 million. That is a lot of money coming through, and I think that's why you're seeing some of the stuff that we're seeing, right? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel follow-up. I think they're going to invest heavily into that game. They already have the engine kind of already done. They're just going to go ahead and take that, maybe add some more story, more dungeons, make it more polished, really make it a Switch game. HD Rumble definitely needs to be in there because it wasn't in Breath of the Wild, and I want to see it in the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild follow-up. I think that we could potentially see what's coming next for Mario. I mean, there is a lot of exciting things when it comes down to the sales numbers here. It really reminds me with these huge explosive numbers of what we saw with the Wii back in the day, but I think that this has a little bit more substance to it, has a little bit more oomph to it because it's a Switch system that you can take on the go, you can play at home. It just feels like a more complete type of system than the Wii ever did, because the Wii was heavily reliant upon motion controls. You also had to buy an extra controller for the regular play. It seems like the Switch is just more complete, whereas you can kind of get like some of the same experiences as the Wii did, or as the Wii U, being unique, but it also has that classic experience as well and adds in new wrinkles that are really fun, like a HD Rumble or something like that, or just portable play in general, which is just completely different from what they've done before anywhere that you want. So I do like the numbers here. I think that's a good thing, and I think that heading into next year, this is really big because Nintendo has constantly shown that not only do they have titles that can come out every single year, right? Whether it's 2017, 2018, or this year right now, they have new stuff that just kind of pop up out of nowhere, right? Like Ring Fit Adventure, Luigi's Mansion 3 is looking better and better every single time that I see the game. So there's no doubt in my mind that there's going to be even more surprises for next year, even with the other systems coming out and all the graphics and the power, and that's going to be fun too. I can't wait. I'm going to get both of them. But I think that having this type of excitement in the industry with new systems, with a system that's already doing so well on the market, I think if you're a third-party developer, I think if you're someone who's looking to make sure that you can make money heading into it, because it seems like the next gen investments are going to be not crazy, but still substantial, the Nintendo Switch is in a really good spot at this point. It's in probably the best position that they've been in quite some time, even dating back, right? 2017, they're just starting, right? Obviously, you don't have that huge install base. You have to continue building. 2018, kind of the same thing. You got that install base building, but it's still kind of like, okay, let's kind of get there. But now at this point, it's a bona fide 15 million plus before we have even gotten into the real holiday season. This is September, right? We still have all of October, Luigi's Mansion, all of the games that are going to be selling and everything. And then, of course, the real holiday, where you're just going to tack up millions upon millions more of units. I think that now is the time, especially for third parties, to say, okay, hey, we've got next gen coming too, but we definitely need to start building experiences, building engines, and doing what we can do on the Switch. I think that a lot of them found that out very kind of late, right? They didn't have the confidence. I wouldn't even say kind of late, just they didn't have the confidence the Switch was going to be successful, so they're starting to see it and starting to port over stuff. CD Projekt Red, you also have Blizzard with Overwatch, Skyrim, Bethesda. I mean, there's a lots of stuff, but I think that we're going to see a little bit more when it comes to unique titles for the Nintendo Switch, maybe when it comes to even exclusive titles for the system. I think it has the install base in order to get that done, and I think that even going forward in 2020, 2021, developers are going to say, hey, we can still make amazing games on this system. Look at how good The Witcher is, considering like what they had to do to get that to run in portable mode with such low wattage. It's just absolutely nuts. Looking at stuff like Dragon Quest XI-S as well, very impressive across the board. So very happy to see how the Nintendo Switch is doing. It's setting itself up for a lot of success this holiday season with some of the big games coming out here. I think Luigi's Mansion was genius on Halloween there, and Pokemon Sword and Shield, despite people complaining about things here and there, it's still going to be a massive game, just like how Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee sold 10 million units plus in a very short amount of time. So I see Pokemon Sword and Shield actually doing much better than that. But there is something else that we can talk about too here, and that is some of the sales charts. I mean, if you look at it, there was the MPD, right? So you have like the number 1 through 20. There was a lot of big Nintendo Switch games on that list. There was a lot of familiar faces on the list. I'll have it up here for you guys so you guys can see it here. NBA 2K20 is doing absolutely phenomenal, by the way. That is selling across the board on all systems, PlayStation, Xbox, and also Nintendo Switch. And NBA 2K20 was the best-selling game in the US in September and is already the best-selling game of 2019. So it had a massive launch, the best-selling game of 2019. It had a massive launch across all the different platforms there. People really want to play NBA this year, especially with all the shakeups. You're looking at LeBron, the new look Lakers, and all that. I talked about how popular basketball is here in the US. It's getting more and more popular as we get bigger and bigger names, Zion and all these people coming into the NBA. It's an elite group of people that can play, and the popularity and the culture is really permeating now into the consoles, whether it's the Switch being able to play anywhere that you want, the graphics, the 4K, whatever the case is, Xbox, PlayStation, NBA is really taking things over. That is very, very impressive to see what NBA 2K did, but it makes sense, right? LeBron got 43 million followers on Twitter just by himself, just one person, LeBron, 43 million. Crazy stuff there. So another thing though is that we saw multiple different Nintendo Switch exclusives, right? So Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, not including digital, that was number 4 on the list. Very impressive there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well on the list. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild somehow still in the top 20 when you look at it, so not bad at all. And of course Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on there too. So good stuff all around, not including digital. It's very impressive to see more of these exclusives from Nintendo continue to be evergreen titles, but also Code Vein in at number 8. That was pretty cool to see that game do that well. I mean, I don't know how long it will last, so it's good to see people still at least somewhat picking up these type of games like Code Vein, and Borderlands 3 was number 2. The Nintendo Switch was once again the best-selling system for the month here in the US, so like I said, setting itself up for a lot of success in this holiday season. And as long as they can continue to kind of go with the games, Nintendo can continue to sell systems and continue to do well and win NPDs, even with bigger games coming out, right? We got some pretty big games coming out for November and December, or really just November, right? You have Star Wars, then you also have Death Stranding. I still think that Nintendo Switch still has a shot, but really things are kind of in a weird period, right? We're like in that like stopgap period for the next generation for Microsoft and Sony, so things are slowing down, but Nintendo's really just kind of heating up and getting better and better sales. So interesting and exciting time across the industry. So what are you guys' thoughts with all these different sales numbers and what's going on here? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.